Hello everybody and welcome back to the semi-crafty vlog. First thing I want to say is I just got done voting, so remember to go out and vote because it's very important for us to do right now. As usual, check the timestamps down below because you can skip ahead to parts of the vlog if you are interested. Otherwise, we're going to get started. Okay, so first I want to do a little talking because it's been a couple days since I posted a video as of today. This is actually Wednesday. I'm starting earlier now to do vlogs because I've learned my lesson. So I apologize that the vlog got posted on Sunday. That wasn't intentional, but again, I think I mentioned it. I was having like internet problems and yeah, they pretty much persisted to the next day too. So it's just like, you know what, I'm just gonna not. Also, I feel like I was posting too many videos because the views were starting to go down. So like, I figured I would take a little bit of a break because that tends to like, I've noticed, it's weird. I noticed that when you post, unless you're like, you have like 25 million subscribers or something, if you post like every day, people start to get kind of like with your channel. So that's why I don't post every day. I learned my lesson with that. So I took like a couple day break and I was only gonna take like 2 days off and then edit like a Minecraft episode or something. And then yesterday my sciatica pain got really bad just randomly, so I was pretty much laying in bed the whole day because I couldn't really do anything, and ibuprofen would work for like an hour and then I would be back in agony. So I had to pretty much just kind of lay in bed and do nothing because that's the only position I could get in that felt comfortable. So I didn't get any editing done, which was great. I did, however, on a whim, I'm not really sure why, I loaded up Super Mario Maker 2. And they've added the new like worlds option, and I'm actually having a lot of fun with that. And I'm actually gonna make a 40 stage world, well, okay, it's the way they do it is you can make up to 8 worlds in one whole group, and then each one can have 5 stages. So I'm pretty much like, hey, I'm gonna make a 40 stage world because that sounds like a lot of fun. So I got really focused on that, but like yesterday I woke up and I'm like, I'm not gonna play Mario Maker all day. I'm gonna do other stuff. And then my leg was like, no, you're gonna lay in bed all day and play Mario Maker. So I got a lot of Mario Maker done, but other than that, no, I needed to get like video editing stuff done. So later tonight I will be probably editing a Minecraft episode. I'm almost done with editing another Morrowind episode, but I'm probably not gonna post it till a little bit later. Okay, so a little while back I placed an order for something from a site called NastyGem, which is another like kind of like cool gothy witchy kind of like, I think they're more like jewelry stuff, but I bought these really cool like butterfly earrings. Let me get my hair out of the way. These right here. Obviously you can guess what I thought of when I saw these. They also have these butterflies on other accessories, which is really cool, but I thought just regular earrings would be cool, and they make me think of Bayonetta because of the whole butterfly wings thing, so I really like them. I'm gonna put the link to their site in the description below, and I'm just wearing my other these are old earrings that you guys have seen these in a couple of Bayonetta Let's Plays. So for today's schedule, what we're gonna do is, I'm actually gonna get started drawing right now, because they tend to be really long, I've noticed. Like, they've taken up like the full second half of these vlogs. But I'm going to start drawing now so that I don't get like stuck. And then I'm going to be painting again today, and then what was the third thing I was gonna do? I might take a look at the medallions today and figure out what the next step would be. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it yet because of the fact that I'm low on supplies, or not low on supplies, the fact that I don't have the right supplies, and I really hope I can salvage it for like not having put something in a layer that was like a previous layer or something like that. So this drawing got really complicated because it was gonna be a dancing pose between 2 characters, so I had to try to like kind of with stick figures draw sort of what I was trying to go for, which helped a little bit to get like a basic framework, and then I started working on the actual characters. It took me a minute to get this character's position just right because the legs kept looking weird. I think it was because of the angle I was drawing at. Whenever you draw like 2 characters together, it can get like kind of complicated, or at least for me it can. Also, the thing is with these 2 characters is they are not of normal human proportions, because the character we've been drawing is 7 feet tall and the other character is 9 feet tall, so that was also an issue. Once I got the framework done, I started doing like the body details, and even though they're wearing clothing, I like to draw, and this is usually the case with any drawing, I like to draw all of their muscle features and like body shapes underneath just so I know what the clothing is going on top of. This character is particularly fairly muscular. Now the picture is not supposed to be sexual or anything, it is just happens to be the pose they're in. When it comes to drawing heads and faces, I tend to accidentally make things too large, so I always have to reshape it on the computer, but I finally got around to drawing their faces and the other character's face turned out really great. As for our main character, obviously it took me quite a few tries, and his head ended up being too large in the long run. I kind of don't like how his face looked, but it's fine. Sometimes I will use pictures of my hands for hand positions as a reference. I didn't really do much with their wings because I figured I would do most of it on the computer. Once the body's been drawn, it is time to draw the clothing. The clothing has a little bit of movement. Also, yes, this character does dress very feminine and very fancy. Okay, so it's kind of many hours later. I don't really know. I finished hand drawing. I ended up actually going with the one I was originally going to draw this week, that I said last week. So it's basically, it's that character and another character in a final, like, dancing pose, but there's a lot I need to fix on the computer. Like, I have to make the main character's head smaller, it's too big, and, like, I think I made the other guy's hand too big. I don't know. There's like little things I have to fix in Photoshop, but it's fine. This, though, like, as you can see, it took me quite a while because it's two people and they're in a very odd pose and lots of flowing clothing and wings and tails and all that. So the other character dresses very fancy, so it'll probably look better on the computer. Right now it's just all lines, so yeah. One thing I do really love about this picture, though, is how his face turned out. It's just like perfectly like, ooh. I love it. It's so good. In between, like, moments of drawing, I've been working more on this, like, you know, painting stuff on the inside and all that. I'm trying to get it finished so I can write in it and then make another one, because I'm sure I'm gonna run out of space soon. So as you guys know, last week I mentioned like food unboxing videos and stuff. I actually filmed the tea one, so that'll be coming up soon. I'm actually enjoying some of the tea right now. I attempted to make boba, but I haven't made boba in so long. At the beginning of lockdown, I got like so into like, I'm gonna make my own boba so I don't have to, like, you know, go out into the world and do that until it's safe again, kind of thing. But that was like many months ago, and I kind of did it for like a couple weeks and stopped. And then I went to make some tonight, and I'm like, how do I cook it? And for some reason, I didn't think to like look up any tidbits. So yeah, the boba, it just basically didn't get cooked all the way. That, or I don't know if I did cook it right, and maybe they're just like old, unfortunately. But because I have a huge bag that we bought of, I mean, it's in a container now, but it's like a gigantic bag. But like as I pulled them out of the pot, I was like, these don't look done. So I don't know if it was like they just are old or it just didn't get cooked enough. But obviously that's this, you know, me making boba from home is most likely just going to be during the lockdown. It's just to avoid going out into the public right now, because I'm trying to do everything I can to not have to do that. One less person out there. I still can't remember the second or the third thing I was going to do. However, I do want to talk about something. So I was looking at the character model and looking at these, and I concluded that so the attachment is a smaller ring and a larger ring. Of course, in the game they're both flat, which makes no sense because two rings sitting together like that would not lay flat unless they were like, I don't know. So I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna put it on. What I should have done is, before I'd painted this, even probably before but I didn't have the supplies, before I even started paper macheing it, is I should have maybe one row, I don't know, taken the ring, strung some like fishing line around it, and then paper mache'd over that. I'm thinking that's what I should have done, but I didn't do that, so I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. E6000 will only get us so far, because I still worry that's gonna fall off if I just glued it to the top. So I don't know, that was an oversight on my part. The small ring will connect to the large ring, and I think the small ring will just be like a ring like right here. And then the large ring connects to that. It'll have to be twisted though, because reality, physics. And then that will be attached to the lobster clasp on the actual thing, I think. I've got to make sure that it like kind of lays flat though, so, you know. I mean, I could just put fishing line around this to hold it in place, but that might look kind of ugly. I don't know. I mean, I could always try to like glue it down somehow, but I feel like you'd still see it and it would just kind of look weird. So that was my bad, my oversight. Yeah, in retrospect, these actually the color actually looks good. I think it was just the coloration of like my viewfinder that day or something. I don't know. Also, it's interesting, looking on her character model, the texture of the medallions is actually kind of rough looking. It's like the bumpiness of this kind of works. It's not like perfect, but it kind of like, it's like, oh, okay, the gold texture is not necessarily smooth. It's a little like, I don't know, it's kind of interesting. So the bumpy texture works in our favor, I guess. I have the other ones hanging up in the background, I think. Although there's one on the table, but you can't see it. I also have, and hopefully all goes according to plan, I have a cool thing planned for the last vlog of the month because it's going to be on Halloween. So look forward to that. Hopefully I can just get everything done properly. I don't know if I'm going to dress up, but we'll see. Like, I don't know, the last couple years I've kind of just dressed as myself because I already kind of look witchy, so it's like whatever. And that's the thing about this whole year, I have really embraced the witchier side of myself, so I'm like full on into that. I don't think I wasn't really ever like that. I was kind of more of like, I guess more of like hippie kind of, but not like entirely, but there was like a big chunk of that, and then that evolved into like just witch. So there you go, I guess. It's weird because like I never really identified as like a goth, but like I love like goth culture and aesthetic and stuff like that, and I have so many friends who are goth that I'm like goth adopted, you know, kind of thing. So it's like, but I don't know, I just never felt like fully I don't know, it's weird. But then like more recently I'm like, you know, I wonder if like the goth part and the hippie part just kind of went and it's just like, bitch, I don't know if that's even a thing, but that's kind of, for me personally, that just kind of is how it's felt. And it's funny too because there was a joke someone made on Twitter about like, how often do you use mason jars like to drink out of or whatever, and it's like you're slowly becoming a witch, and I'm just like, I literally use nothing but mason jars. Like this whole year's just been like mason jars, and I'm like, it's all good. So I'm trying to like fit that aesthetic a little bit more with my style, I suppose, because it's the kind of style I want to lean into right now. It's fun because like I know Whimsy Rainbow Star and all that, which I still love, colorfulness and rainbows and whatnot, but I'm pointing to the pictures in the background. But like not necessarily like the loudness of the color, I guess, I don't know, or like the rainbow. I've kind of mellowed out a bit more with like, you know, just a little more demure. I don't know what the right word would be, like melancholy or macabre. I don't know, just one of those, leaning more into that. Anyway, just thinking about stuff and trying to think about, I swear I had a third thing I was going to do and I can't remember what it is, unless it was this, but I can't make any progress because I don't have the materials. So we can just look at them, they're pretty. I do, okay, so there are the two that are on her legs. I do have to get those started. One option is do it like this. It's just really small, so it might, The other option, which I'm just not thinking of, is shrink art could possibly work. I don't know how big they are, but shrink art's an option. Shrink art's great for like small stuff, honestly. What I'm going to do for her belt buckles, for like her sleeves or whatever, is gonna try to find round gold belt buckles, which is kind of rough, but I know they're out there. And even if it's not round, whatever, just belt buckle, it works. And then take shrink art and make moons, because every other moon I've made so far has been like, what, foam or something? Didn't really work good. Oh yeah, that's right, the first set were in those gold rings, and then it was like the gold foam that was like metal or like glitter or something like that. And then the second time around I just cut straight foam and painted it gold. But it's like none of that held up in the long run. So what I'm going to do is do shrink art, because shrink art has held up. And then just like stick those onto the belt buckles and then make the straps. And the straps, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go to like a 99-cent store or something, because they sell like leather belts there that are like pretty cheap, which are great for cosplay. I'll just buy 6 of them and just cut them up to you know, to fit. This is like $1 each, so that's not a big deal. So like, you know, just something like that, or just find, I don't know, cheap belts somewhere, like kind of thing. Because trying to find like that quality of leather, or like leather that's stiff enough, even if it's cheap, I don't care, but trying to find that in like fabric is like, oh, and then you'd have to like cut it, and it's like belt making is like its own art form that I don't understand yet. So like for me, it would just be easier to go get some cheap belts and cut them up for a cosplay. It's like the 99-cent stores, I'm pretty sure a lot of cosplayers use the craft section of like those stores for a lot of stuff. It's pretty helpful, because it's just like quick, cheap stuff. I mean, like, yeah, you can go to like Michael's and get other stuff too, but I go more to like craft stores like Michael's or Joann's for like really specific things, or like high quality materials, of course, or higher quality, I guess. So I might have to make a Michael's run to get the rings, but I'll probably make a 99-cent store run to get belts. But that's when we get to that point. At some point we'll start working on the wig. The funny thing is, I'm looking at my own hair and I'm like, if I styled it right, I mean, no, I can't make Bayonetta's hair with this because it's just too much and I don't know how to do an updo. But part of what I'd thought of, and my grandma was talking like a couple years ago when I was still trying to figure out the wig, is like we were talking about like possibly styling like a clip that I could put in over my, because my hair by itself, like I could like manipulate my bangs to look like her hair if I just tried. Although I think she has little short pieces. But like do some sort of a clip that's just like, you know, like the beehive or whatever, pull like my actual hair up into it or something and then, you know, just clip it on instead of having a whole wig. But that's assuming that my hair is going to be this way all the time. So like I said, I'm so glad I decided not to do October because I've had no energy to do it. So, and I've been busy editing videos and all that stuff, so it's been like, you know, it's like, yeah. Which hopefully you guys are enjoying all the videos and all that, because like, I mean, I'm just doing what I do. I don't know how long I'm gonna be able to keep all this up just because of like, we don't know what the heck's gonna happen right now with the future. So until I can't, I'm doing this, you know, kind of thing. And if it goes somewhere, it goes somewhere, which would be great. But I don't know if it will because of algorithms and stuff like that. So, but for now, it is something to focus on. I feel like I've been productive, so that's great. All right, before I talk more, I should probably get to work on something else. So for today's painting, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be making a Super Metroid themed painting of. We're going to be painting this big guy right here. I think that'd be a lot of fun. This is the Super Metroid from Super Metroid, so I thought it'd be fun to paint this guy. Yeah. I thought that'd be good for Halloween because it's like it's an alien creature that absorbs stuff. I'm not really sure, but there you go. So for the Metroid painting, I wanted to go with a black background because I feel like that would have really let the colors pop. And obviously the Metroid's very circular, so I found a circular like dish to use to trace to make the circle, you know, because it helped for like the shape of the teeth and everything. I did a layer of green on the first part so that it could kind of like, I could put the red and the yellow on top of that and then do another layer at the end so it looked kind of more 3D. It was pretty easy, just, you know, added some layer colors. The teeth are a little crooked, but it's fine. They're not like super crooked. And then I used like kind of whatever techniques I could to make it look like that weird like mesh part of the Metroid kind of fit. But yeah, overall I think it looks really adorable. And here's the final result. Little Metroid buddy. Oh, it looks so good, I love it. And it's gonna go up on the wall. I'll wait till it dries because it's still got like the little like highlights in the red brain area are like, that's cool looking, are still wet. I think I don't know if it's my viewfinder or what, but some of the colors are getting kind of muted, but like, here it is. A lot of layers. But I think it looks really cute. I was excited about this one because I knew it was gonna be like really bright and fun because it's a little Metroid. Well, it's not a little Metroid. This is actually a gigantic Metroid because it's Metroid's Super Metroid spoilers. It's the one that Samus takes with her to. She takes it with her. And it's like a baby, to like the scientist place, and then it escapes, or no, it doesn't escape, it gets captured by Ridley, and then when you find it later on in the game, it's grown massively. Like, cause you find other Metroids in the game, but they're not as big as this guy. Like, their little brain thing is like one little like gushy, the brain thing's like one little gushy red spot in the middle, and they're like, the green part fits, but like the one that you brought there is like massive. It's like Samus fits inside of its mouth right here, because it does that at one point. It like tries to suck her energy out because it thinks that she's an enemy, and then it's like, wait, it's Samus, and then it stops. And yeah, so like the teeth can fit over Samus's at least like head and shoulders, I would say. But yeah, we got a little Metroid. Oh, it looks so good. Cool. Alright, so it is almost 2 in the morning. I've gotten the painting drawn, and I've got the drawing finished, so not the digital part though. So I'm gonna scan that, and then probably work on it for a little bit. I don't know if I'll finish it tonight, but we'll see. It's a lot of, yeah. Thankfully the lighting won't really be too big of a deal, because they're probably in like a moderately, well, no, I guess they're in a kind of a darker rocky castle, so maybe it would be a little bit dimmer, but nothing like here's flame or here's like the smoky nighttime, whatever. No, nothing like that. So just like a medieval indoors looking whatever. So I'll probably work on that. I gotta edit a Minecraft episode maybe to get posted tomorrow. We'll see. And also edit my unboxing for tea, which is great. It might just be painting and drawing for this episode, so I apologize. I need to plan these better. Don't worry, I've got plans for the next, at least for the Halloween one, I've got good plans for. But yeah, so I will go probably draw. So now that we're on the computer, we go ahead and resize all the things that I made notes to resize. Both of their heads probably needed it, and then there were some hands that were a little too big. And then we start the line art. Like I said, I love how this character's expression turned out. It was perfect. Our main character still had some features that I wanted to tweak. So this new character is, he's actually a rock elemental, so he's got like much more like sharp muscular features and such, and his horns are different and all that. Drawing hands clasped together is a little tricky. Also, when I drew the picture initially, the other character's foot went off the page, so I had to completely draw it digitally, which was fine. So now I have to grab the color palette that we've been using, and then make a new one for this other character, because this is the first time I've drawn him. Since he is a rock elemental character, he has more earthy tones for his features. I actually need to go and make like a color swatch bank for my characters, because having to reference the same pictures over and over is getting kind of annoying. So now we have to work on the makeup layer. This character likes to wear makeup. I hope it looks accurate to how makeup would look. I'm not a good makeup artist, so drawing it's also a little tough. And then the other character has like natural blush on his face. Try to figure out if the positioning was good, and I decided to go with it. So now I'm doing the wings as if like it was like a bone structure, which was actually really helpful. One thing I noticed about the picture I did at the beginning of the month, the fiery one, is that I accidentally gave the character one extra digit that he wasn't supposed to have. They're only supposed to have 3 long ones and then a short one and then the claw thumb So that was an oversight, but in this one I made sure it was correct. Now, the other character's wings are a little bit thicker looking because he is a rock creature, so they're like heavier kind of. And of course, wings folded is always tricky to draw too, especially with all the detail in the foreground. I do think I'm getting the hang of drawing demon wings. They're supposed to imitate flying fox wings, because I figured that was like, I don't know, bat, you know, super bat-like, which is cool. Now we start the process of shading and highlighting, and I have to come up with colors for the new color swatch, but I went and tweaked some of them after I used a little trick, but I made them more specific. And now I'm touching up the makeup to look a little more highlighted. And then of course the wings get all that touch up too. The wings are on a separate layer, so it makes it easier. Now of course the annoying horn details, as usual, because both of them have the same gold lines in their horns, as well as glowing orbs. The difference is the other character's horns are supposed to imitate like a marbly kind of texture, so they have like little lines in them. And then of course figuring out eye glow, because that's important. And I gave his lips some nice shine because he's probably wearing like a gloss or something. And then of course the background I just did quickly because I didn't think I needed to do it too extravagant. I don't even really know what the room is gonna look like, but it was just what it is. Try to make it look like a nice place in a castle. And then I added like a nice like purpley shadow color because it is dim in there, so I figured that would be kind of cool for illumination. And then a shadow. Try to figure out how to blend my signature in there. And a couple last few little things that I forgot or wanted to fix. And the picture is done. So I really like how this turned out in the long run because it is hard to draw two characters like in a pose like this, but I really enjoy it. I love the colors and everything, and I love just just expressions and like the like body structure and everything. I thought was really cool. Alright guys, so I just finished drawing. This one took a little bit, but I'm really glad that I started on Wednesday because it took me a moment to get stuff done. I wanted first to show you guys something cool that I got. So my friend has an Etsy shop and they posted about it on Facebook, and it's like cute like earrings that are made out of like toy stuff, and they had like spiders, so I thought that was pretty cool, so I bought a bunch of them because they weren't like terribly like expensive or anything. It came in a little bag. I went and picked them up yesterday because, I mean, obviously since it's my friend, they live local. I will be posting their shop in the description below. But yeah, like little, cute little spooty earrings. I got a bunch of colors because, like I said, they weren't too expensive. So this will be fun to wear for like vlogs and stuff. I got orange, I got black, and then, oh yeah, and then there were like keys, which I thought were really cool. Oh, and I guess they threw in some extra. I didn't, oh, that's cool. How cute, like a little pack of erasers and stuff, or little fun things. I don't know if they do this for every order, but I think they also sell like washi tape. I'm not sure. Oh, I got some haichus, cool. How, oh my god, are these erasers? This is like headphones. And then little stickers, how cool. Well, thank you, I appreciate that. So sweet. Cool. Also, I wanted to talk about a thing really quick. So a couple weeks back, I showed that I bought some Among Us stickers. I did not realize that the official creators of Among Us were not like okay with merch that wasn't official kind of thing. So I apologize if that upset anyone. I'm not going to be buying any more Among Us merch until like either they make official merch or they say, hey, it's okay to make fan-made stuff, but as of right now, I don't think it is. So I feel kind of bad that I did that because I didn't know at that point. I learned a little while after. It's just like, oh shoot. I mean, and obviously I look forward to any official merch from the company that made Among Us. I just don't know if they have any out or when or where to even find it, but I'm sure I will. But yeah, so I apologize about that. Okay, sorry I didn't get to any other crafting this weekend. These drawings have been kind of like, you know. Also, I didn't have the supplies for Bayonetta, but I'm gonna try to get some for next week so we can actually continue the medallions and make them else. And maybe I'll get some shrink art out and start doing some of that stuff too. I already know what I'm gonna do on the last day of the month, or the last vlog of the month, I guess. And then, of course, we still have 2 more pictures to draw, 1 more painting to do before, you know, like spooky or whatever, spooky themed. I'm actually, it's funny because I just have like I have a Halloween playlist that I make that I threw a bunch of like scary games and like just like spooky themed stuff onto, and it has my Bayonetta videos, and it's just like, God, watching that is, it's kind of painful to be honest, but you know what, I guess those videos got me here at this point, so, because a lot of you guys came from my Bayonetta Let's Plays, so thank you for sticking through that with me. I know that was probably not the easiest Let's Play to watch. It's not for me now, because I'm just like, oh my god, because obviously, like, now I know how to play the game, and I'm, like, trying to work on harder difficulties, which I do want to, like, I just haven't been working on it. I do want to like start doing like, oh hey, here's like hard mode finished or whatever. I don't know what all difficulties there are, but like I want to try to do that and play through. But it's just, it seems like a long like thing to do, but we'll see. Also, I apologize that the schedule was so weird this week because again, I dealt with like pain stuff. I dealt with just, I was taking a few days off and then all this stuff hit. Also, the episode that I chose to edit for Minecraft ended up being not long enough, so that was fun to discover. I think it's because I filmed it when I was like just like so tired and I was like loopy and silly and like I didn't film enough material. But it's not like a super short, it's just like a 20-minute video, but that'll probably get posted today and then this will get posted tomorrow. But because yeah, admittedly it is Friday, but like I'm finished at this point and I have nothing to do all today but work on this. And then there will be probably a tea unboxing video this week. Also, just really quick, the Sips By has a witch themed tea box. It's not available right now because they're out. I'm hoping it comes back into stock because I would actually like to buy that and try it because it seems like kind of fun, you know, and all that witchy stuff we were talking about right earlier. Oh, I just noticed this. There's a little googly eye keychain. How funny. All right, guys, thank you all for watching. Have a great week. Please stay safe and healthy and all that. Remember to check the description for information for links to my friend's shop and links to the other shop, NastyGem. And the links at the end of the video will take you to other places, other videos that I've made. Leave a comment if you have any like cool thoughts or whatever, or maybe suggestions of like things to try in the future, because I'm totally open to that for like arts and stuff and crafts. Even food. Cooking and whatnot is cool. And I will see you guys next time, and until then, stay whimsical. Alright, so I don't know if this is at all how, you know, it would work, but we've got a little booklet here going on. I just stitched it together. I'm probably next time going to do less small stitches and more like larger stitches, because I feel like